makers, painters, auto mechanics, musicians, actors, performers, etc. You are to enrich the educational system to accommodate at an early stage those whose talent is in their hands and body instead of their brains, minds, and intellect. America is a place where everyone can become whatever they want to be, regardless of their education and intelligence. American dream is for all Americans. Let no man make that choice for others. Let every American respect and support the gift and talents God has given to all Americans, and not those given to some privileged members of the society. This has been the will God imposed upon the founders and willed for all Americans. You are to promote this system, said the Lord. 10. You are to fund programs that support work and independent living skills development of all Americans and make that an essential component of the social safety nets with 100% accountability enforcement. You are to teach every American how to fish for themselves and not to give them fish to eat. Disabled, sick, and elderly people excluded, said the Lord. All food markets and stores that sell food that could cause overweight or obesity or cheaply made is to be removed from food stamp or food suppliers to be paid by the American people. You are to invest in agriculture and provide incentive for those farmers that produce healthy foods like vegetables, low carbohydrates, and etc. And of course, we know in this one he tried to do that and everybody cried, but you can see how black people are dying, African Americans. So people say Trump hates African Americans. And in my second book, Research of My Lost Legacy, and I found how sick cardiovascular diseases, and cancers, and etc. are ravaging African American and clean people. Obesity in African American. Even Obama's wife, Michelle, tried to start a program about letting people to do some exercise to lose some weight. The people and our people are dying. And Trump wanted to do something then. Everybody vilified him for that and said, oh, he want to take away food stamp from black people. But this is an instruction from the Lord that cares about his children, about his people. Okay, so we've been reading all the things that Trump has been received from this black man, a racist received it from this black man. And he has been following through on every one of them. So I'll keep reading. In number 12, provide tax incentive for companies and the people that hire people who has served their time in jail. Okay, provide tax incentives for companies and those that hire people who serve their time in jail and has not repeated the felony offense for 5 years. Those that hire people with misdemeanor records should also be incentivized to reduce repeat offense due to survivor criminal actions and recidivism. Recidivism is a repeat offense, copying to repeat something. A person prevented from being employed due to his criminal record may do anything to survive, including crime. If people do their time, they should be forgiven and allowed to integrate, be employed if they desist from further criminal activity, say the Lord. Item 14. Your greatest challenge is not winning this election. Of course, we know he did that because if you remember the justice reform and criminal justice reform and etc., these were all in it, and this is the driving force behind it. And of course, you see how that worked out. Okay, so number 14, your greatest challenge is not winning this election, but leading the three arms of government and their bureaucracies into implementing your visions. You will have great opposition from both chambers of the Congress, including those of your own party. You will be frustrated and stressed beyond what is humanly possible. Only the power of the Holy Spirit can help you overcome. Without God, you will be weakened by the devil and his temptation of powers in order to weaken your spirit. You need the backing of the soldiers of compassion and mercy to overcome these challenges. You must not rest and settle. Before the midterm, you are to support a challenge of any sitting member of both chambers of the Congress, regardless of their party, whoever that chooses to undermine the implementation of the will of the American people, and above all, the will of God in this country, should be removed. If their constituents re-elect them, it is to their own peril. If they remove and replace such elected person, it will be well with them. On your part, you shall not make any special promise or agreement with anyone or group. You are to make no covenant or agreement with any evil secret society or principality, powers, or authority. You are not to pursue any ulterior motive or agenda for you to succeed and receive your reward from Jehovah. You are to revoke any such special agreement if you have already made one or agreed to. Did Trump do this? And of course, you see how he canceled a lot of agreement and refused to back out all the stuff. And you can also have seen how he has relentlessly continued to pursue what he said in this particular message that comes from me. I'm a black man. Remember, this message was given to him before the 2016 election. There is also a message that was given to him before even he announced to run. I'm not going to get into that today, because I remember that I think I addressed many of them in the book, in this my book of prophecies. So it's better if you want to read that book of prophecies, then you can read that and see for yourself, because I believe that the messages are there, and part of it includes a whole lot of other stuff. So I want you to see this also. After now he's elected, of course, it happened as was prophesied that he will win that election, even though everybody said that he would never win the election. And of course, he carried through and had continued to maintain these things. And wherever he has not done, due to a lot of distractions going on, we believe he's going to live up to those things, because he's proving himself to do what he said he will do and to do what the Lord has called. So the reason why a lot of people keep asking me and saying this, why do you support him so much? Why would I not support someone who's obedient to God's will and the will of the American people? That's God's plan. That's why God allowed him to win. So, and in this message,